holiday season, how many of y'all have an elf on the shelf? If you have or had an elf on the shelf, please give me some type of Christmas emoji, a Christmas tree or something, right? So whether you love them or hate them,
does elf on the shelf.
She does. You know they have a Jesus version.
Really?
Yes. So instead of looking for the elf on the shelf, you look for Jesus, and then every time you find him, there's like a verse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Elf on the Shelf, even if you never had one around noonish, you know what Elf on the Shelf is, right? It's a toy that mostly parents will bring out for their younger children around the holidays. And it's supposed to be like, oh, the elf is watching you, be good during the holidays. I feel like that's kind of creepy and voyeuristic. It's like Big Brother's watching you to make sure that, you know, you're good for Christmas. Mind your business. All right. And Elf on the Shelf is so popular that, you know, we have memes of on the shelf. Here's Snoop on the stoop. Here's you know, yes, right? So this is a very well-known brand. I'm actually gonna pull up the website for you. The reason I didn't pull it up beforehand is because it's a very active website and it was slowing down the video, and I didn't want it to what the crap? Okay, here we go. I didn't want it to mess up my broadcast, even though I think it's going to right now. So let me do this presentation real quick for y'all, just in case someone just in case somebody doesn't know what Elf on the Shelf is. Here we go. Instagram, there you go. You see the Elf on the Shelf, right? So Elf on the Shelf is a well-known brand. Well-known, people know it. It's become a cultural regular, right? And it is trademarked, right? Problem is, there's a lady out in where's this lady live? Hold on. No, this lady, there's a lady named Elena Jenkins. Okay. Elena caught herself making her own elves on the shelf, right? And not only
she did elves on the shelf.
No, she did Elf on the Shelf. Elf on the Shelf, okay, right? Okay. Not now. It wasn't just that she was selling elves, right? Because if it was just a matter of selling elves, even though the image of Elf on the Shelf is copyrighted, there could probably be an argument as to who has propriety over what an elf looks like, right? But Miss Jenkins not only was selling her own elves, she was calling them Elf on the Shelf, which is a trademarked phrase. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot use somebody's trademark to sell your own item, okay? That's like taking somebody's test paper, erasing their name, and putting your name on the paper, right? So this lady, who has no relation to the company that makes Elf on the Shelf, is out here making her own Elf on the Shelf and calling it Elf on the Shelf. So if somebody buys it, they might think that it's from the actual company. And let's say she's making crappy elves and the elf, I don't know, disintegrates or falls apart. And somebody goes to the Elf on the Shelf company and leaves a bad review and says, your elves are crappy, right? Because they didn't know that was not an authorized Elf on the Shelf product, that will negatively impact the company that legally owns the trademark for Elf on the Shelf. So rightly so, they are suing Miss Jenkins for trademark infringement, because you can't just put somebody else's name on your stuff to sell it, okay? So when you guys are out here making, even if you're trying to make, you're making a more affordable version of something else, please do not use the name. I remember everybody was trying to make their off-brand Barbie stuff, and y'all were getting caught left and right, okay? Barbie got that on lock, okay? Barbie has it on lock. Be careful out here. All right.
I want to see the other elf.
Huh?
The bootleg elf.
Hold up. Let me where's an Elena Jenkins elf on the shelf? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all look too. Look up Elena Jenkins elf on the shelf. Images. Oh, I think I found it. Hold up. That was quick. Is this it? Hold up. Oh shoot. Okay. I found it. It's right on her page, y'all. Let me this was first. So you can see it. Hold up.
So wait a minute. When a big company like that sues an individual, is it just a cease and desist, or do they want some money?
They might want some money depending on how much she sold.
Okay.
So this is Elena's elf on the shelf.
Wait, put it down a little bit. Okay.
This
elf of the tree, but I get it.
Can you see it?
Yes. So it's almost like a little Christmas ornament type elf.
Right. But she's calling it elf on the shelf. Yeah.
Not cool, Elena.
Huh?
I said not cool, Elena.
Not cool at all. So Elena's might have to end up paying quite a bit of money because elf on the shelf is very popular. I don't know if you guys remember this Australian shoe seller. They were fined $500,000 because they were using the name UGG on their shoes, and the company that owns the name UGG said, "Oh no, you don't." And they this one person owes the UGG company $500,000. So don't think that because you're just
based on how many UGGs they sold, or just based on the violation.
It can be based on a number of factors, like if you are a person, like let's say the company contacts you and they cease and desist, and you just keep going, and even though they've told you that it's theirs, then the court, they might say, well, you were doing this on purpose. You knew exactly what you were doing, and they might fine you 3 times what you actually owe in order to punish you. They might give you punitive damages. So it's so when somebody sends you a cease and desist, it's not a game. That is the start of the paper trail for them to show that you knew exactly what you were doing. So we will keep an eye on this elf on the shelf story and see, maybe they'll settle, maybe she'll get a judgment against her, who knows. But when you are out here in these creative streets, be creative. Don't use somebody else's. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how to make it more. If you're trying to build your brand, you don't want to build it on somebody else's back. I don't know if y'all remember, how many of y'all have ever used Purell hand sanitizer? We all know Purell, right? Purell always advertises itself as eliminates 99.99% of bacteria. Then the FTC found out that Purell only eliminated about 70% of bacteria and said it was false advertising. The problem was Target marketed their antibacterial as comparable to Purell with the 99.99% elimination of antibacterial, and now they got in trouble. So this is why you don't want to build your brand on somebody else's back, y'all, okay? Be individual. Yes, it might be ugly at first. You can fix it later. Huh? What?
Somebody else could be wrong. And
exactly.
A copy is even worse.
Right, exactly. So so it's just very important that you are individual about you don't be your own person, have your own style, like me, what I do, I'm not the person who's the only one who does what I do. But the people who gravitate towards me, it's because I have my own spin on things. They enjoy the way that I present the information. Now, somebody else, they're probably doing the same thing, but the way they present it, another group of people like them. It's the same thing in business. When you go into the grocery store, there's like 100 different types of bread, but it's all bread, right? But they're all different. and you can be individualistic even in a saturated market. Okay. So, do we have any? Oh, the last story that I wanted to share with y'all real quick. Okay. How many of y'all currently own any Ralph Lauren polo merch? What's that song about where Trick Daddy goes, are those Durango jeans? No, I mean, you know they polo.
I
So
think my kids have some.
right. So Ralph Lauren, they own the polo brand, and we know that, you know, in fashion, what is it? Infringement is just par for the course, right? There's always a Chinese knockoff of something. Well, Ralph Lauren is tired of China's mess. Ralph Lauren went all the way over to China and found the companies that were making up this fake polo clothes and sued them in China and won. So usually when businesses are you know, they're trying to get to the Chinese companies, they try and sue from here, and you're not most likely you're not going to get a settlement because you're going to have to find that company in China, right? Ralph Lauren went over there and found the companies first and then sued them. So they're probably going to get their money. And actually, the Chinese court awarded them money that was, I think it was 3 times the usual awarded amount, just because of the depth of infringement. They were like, look, they got dog. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, so when you are, again, this is about zealous protection of your brand. Ralph Lauren is a global brand. They said, oh, no, China, you're not going to be selling your knockoff polo, not on my watch. So they went over there and found them. Okay. So as an owner of a trademark, as an owner of a brand, I'm not saying you got to go all the way to China, but it's important that you zealously protect your brand. Make sure nobody's using your stuff without your permission. Okay. What is this? Oh, okay.